overhaul. What's that process been like for you, and how do you feel now? How do you feel swinging it now?
I feel like for me it was tough because I just didn't really buy in one thing. Before there was kind of just too many voices in my head. I was kind of using my brother, who was a good resource, but I was kind of trying to please everybody around me, and I wasn't able to just commit to one person and just trust one person. And then kind of took a toll on me the past 2 years. I haven't really done what I wanted to or what I think I can my first 2 years. So I came back here and I said, I'm just going to buy into what you guys got for me. And then luckily Ellie came in the door at the same time, and that guy's pretty special. He could be a big league hitting coach, I believe. So just kind of got in the lab with him and just started grinding. And it was a little tough at first because it was a big change. It changed everything, and kind of just came along, and results kind of came quick after we started to get in the lives and stuff, and everything's just been rolling from there. So I've been feeling really confident and ready to go for offensive side.
How have you guys adjusted, not just to Jason, but the entire, a lot of new coaches on the staff, a lot of new faces around the program? How has everyone clicked through a couple of months of being together?
I think we came together the best I've seen my 3 years. This year as just like a full family of coaches, players, like everybody kind of just seemed like we're all on the same page right away, and we understood that the talent we have, the resources we have in our coaches, that we have a pretty good chance to do something special. So I think instantly everybody kind of had that like ready to go, let's do this type of mentality.
What's the big thing he's been emphasizing in your swing, at least in the last couple of weeks?
I think it's just consistency. Before I was just a lot of moving parts, and it was tough to kind of repeat that. Like your body feels differently every day, so the way my swing was before, like it just wasn't as consistent as I wanted it to be. And then with the moves I'm doing now, I can repeat them every day, no matter how I'm feeling. So that's kind of led to the consistency. That was just my big word that I would focus on. So just making those moving parts a lot more simple and a lot more repeatable, and that got me where I want to be.
What's he changed with you mentally?
Mentally, not much. I felt like I kind of got to play with an approach a lot this summer because I didn't really play much, so I was kind of experimenting with stuff, and kind of found an approach that works for me, and just being able to trust myself. And a lot of that stuff on the mental side is just routine as well, because you got to train yourself mentally like you do physically. So a lot of this is doing the same thing and repeating the same thing over and over again and buying into it. So.
What do you want to see out of yourself this year?
It's that big word, consistency, man. I think somebody said it in a good way of I've kind of just been a prospect since I've been here. I haven't really been a player, and I'm kind of ready to turn that page and be a player and put it all together. So.
With the outfield this year, with Key and Brandon being out there alone, 2 years working with this group, how much confidence do you have in this outfield?
I mean, I truly, firmly believe we have the best outfield in the country. Even with Rooster there as well as our fourth guy, like Boomy's gonna have a tough time riding up that starting lineup because that guy rakes as well, and he's a good defensive player. I honestly don't know what he's gonna do, and I'm really happy with where we are in our depth and at every position across the board. I'm ready to get going. I'm excited for this year.
How do you think that allows you to figure some of your stuff out about having a good day, having somebody else that you feel is confident out there to make sure you can be consistent whether one day goes well or bad?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just takes the pressure off of the guys and the leaders of this clubhouse, because, like, if you're not showing up that day, or you just don't have your stuff that day, which happens, and the guys left and right of you are going to get it done for you. So I think it just gives you that comforting feeling that, like, you don't have that pressure to have to make sure you're doing the right thing every day, or carrying the team every day. You know what I mean? So we have a lot of guys that can get the job done. So we can just lay on each other for that.
Did you feel like you had that in the past, like maybe too much emphasis on needing to make the big play in a big moment?
I think for me it was more just personally I put a lot of pressure on myself. I think before offensively we've always had like the guys that we don't really need to do it ourselves. There's a lot of guys that we can lean on and help each other out and just kind of keep the ball rolling with that. So offensively we never really had that much of a pressure. And I think now that we have the depth and the talent, and Jeremy was an amazing pitching coach. I've heard great things with the pitchers about him, and he's a really good guy. I think everything's kind of just come together, and we're ready to get going. So.
Isaiah, what stuck out about this pitching staff going in from the scrimmages?
I think it's just the stuff and just how much guys have changed. There's certain guys like Alba, Leto, Velardis, those guys that before, like my at-bats, like I'm gonna be honest, I was feeling comfortable against them when they first came in. They were a little timid, and then this year that's been the toughest guys to face. They've figured out their stuff. Their velo's been jumping up, and it's like a battle now when we have our inner squads. And I felt a lot less comfortable in the box against them this fall than this winter. So I'm just really happy to see those guys succeed, and they're going to be big parts in our year. So just remember them.
Isaiah, you've been here for a couple of years now. How are you looking to step up into a leadership role?
I think just leading by example. It's kind of what I've learned since I've been here with Luke Keishel going out and Ryan Campos going out. They weren't really much of vocal leaders as maybe I see myself as, and they kind of just led by example. So I think that's one way of getting it done. And then you do need some vocal leaders just to, when the team's not doing stuff the right way, or you just see a guy slacking, just to give him a pat on the butt. So I'll definitely try to lead my way into that role for the team. So just doing what I can.
You've been here the last couple of years now, so I mean, what's the biggest difference for you playing like college ball compared to high school ball in your hometown of Vail?
I think it's just competitive. When you're in high school, usually every guy here is probably the best player on the team for the most part. So when you come to college, you realize everybody around you was the best player on the team in high school. So it's just like, once again, gives you that comfort. Like, I don't have to do everything. Like, I got these guys looking right at me, so it's just, I'm gonna do what I can do, control what I can control, and just get after it.
What do you think is the ceiling for this team?
Omaha, winning it all. I really do. I've been here for 2 years. I've played a lot of good teams, and what I've noticed with the good teams is they have depth, they have talent, they have coaches that know how to run things, and they just have to put it all together. And guys buying into the team, and that's just all. We got all the tools we need to make a long run. I'm really excited.
Everyone kind of talks about new year, kind of a new slate for everyone on this team. But for you, does it truly feel like a new slate with the new approach, both mentally and physically at the plate, as well as now the new conference? So does that feel that way for you?
Yeah, man. I was telling a couple guys, like in the fall, like it just felt like I finally got that breath of fresh air of just like, all right, you got all the tools now, you figured it out. Like now it's just staying with it, being consistent, and just let it all happen. Because I have all the tools in my bag now, and I just got it all put together. And it's the same with the team. We have all the tools that we need, and now it's just everybody needs to stay healthy, do what they can, and just to stay on the field, and we're going to do all right.
What are you most excited about going into a new conference?
I think winning. I think you're going to get a lot of wins this year, and getting in the conference will play a lot maybe a little bit more competition than we did before. So I'm really excited about that. We get to travel to new places, so I'm really excited for that.
Do you feel like with that high competition, you guys can sort of play up to that level, and that can kind of lift you guys up?
Yeah, I think that just sharpens you as a player and as a team. When you're playing teams that are at just the same amount of talent as you are, maybe even better, that kind of just puts you at your highest level and makes you compete at the highest level. So I think doing that more consistently in the Big 12 would be the best for us.
How do you feel like this group as a whole has developed relationship-wise over these last couple months?
I think it started off pretty rough, just trying to figure everything out, guys just knowing what to do. The freshmen just kind of needed a pat on the butt that the guys last year didn't really need. And I think once we got through that rough patch of a month, like everything clicked. Everybody understands what we need. Everybody understands the talent that we have and the chance that we have of making a good run. So I think everybody's truly buying into what we got going, and I'm excited to go.
This is Willie's fourth year, obviously your third year of the program. How have you seen him evolve as a coach and a manager over your time here?
I mean, I think he's just understanding how to go about it with certain players, because to be a good coach, you got to understand who you're talking to, and you got to understand that every guy's different. And I feel like he's really figured that out. Of like some guys, you have to get in his face and let him know like you're doing things the wrong way, and you got to figure it out. Other guys might not be able to take that, so you got to give them a pat on the butt, like let's go, like give them a little confidence boost and get them rolling. So I think understanding that individually guys are different, and they take in things different ways. He's done a really good job of that, especially this year. So I feel like he's just getting everybody where they need to be.
You can now begin to focus on opening day because you can see it in the near future.